This is the Sports Den on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
This is the Sports Den brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, coming to you from ThinMD Med Spa Studios on a beautiful Saturday. Players going on a little bit from here. Yep. We haven't talked about it at all. We're not really the golfing type.
Yeah. Is Tiger in it?
Eldrick's not playing.
But I don't care.
Eldrick's not playing.
Eldrick's not playing. Is my man playing who smokes the cigars? Not cigars, cigarettes. John Daly?
Bro, John Daly, I've told you this a million times. He's playing Champions Tour. He ain't playing PGA Tour.
Whatever John Daly's playing, that's what I'm watching. They had a drink at the ABC event called the John Daly. Delicious. Amazing. Vodka.
Have you ever
Tastes
had
like
a drink
raspberry.
that you didn't like?
I don't like mixed drinks like that. You know me, I drink straight liquor.
All right, we got more important
Because I can hold
things.
mine.
We got more
Unlike
we got more important things. We got Malik Jackson on the phone. What's going on, my man?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on. You've been busy.
Yeah, I've been doing a few things, man. Trying to stay out in the community, but trying to stay, focused in this football too.
Talk to us a little bit about what's going on. I mean, have you heard? Are you there, or is this just rookies at camp?
No, I'm not there. I mean, I did walk in the building today. I'm actually here right now. Just get out the house and have done the day, so I thought I'd come in here, get a little sauna work, and just meet a few of the guys. But I'm not on the field working at all.
So go back to your rookie mini camp. Like as rookie coming into camp, how nervous are these cats right now?
Not really nervous. When I was a rookie, I came in, and the first time I got drafted, I looked at the roster, like I'm sure these other guys you did, and a lot of guys did here, and you see a lot of names, and you try to see the years, and at least I try to see the years and the guys of where they were and how many times they bounced around, and you come in here when they throw the whole playbook at you, you get nervous. I know when the first day after my rookie minicamp, I went back to my hotel and wondered if I made the right decision. Just because it was really overwhelming. And, it's a lot. They push you, and they throw a lot at you. But you can get through this, and keep proving yourself and showing your worth. It works out real well.
He ain't wondering anymore if you made the right decision.
Yeah.
You want to hear the best rookie minicamp story? Is my man James here at his rookie minicamp asked for ice for an ankle.
Man,
didn't know it was a trainer. Thought it was a trainer. Didn't know it was Drew Brees.
He doesn't look like an athlete.
Have you
ever sacked Drew Brees?
Have I ever saw Drew Brees?
Sacked. Did you ever get a chance to tackle him?
Nah, I've yet to play against him.
Okay. Well, when you see him, if you ever saw him, you'll be like, yeah, that's no way. You probably seen Peyton. You've seen all these other guys. Quarterbacks have a look. Blake has a look. All these guys have a look. Drew
looked like the trainer.
Drew looked like the trainer. He had on everything that the trainers had on. I didn't see the mark on his face. And I needed to make the team. I wasn't like you. I didn't get drafted, so I needed every advantage that I could get. I didn't want to go home. And then I realized I did it. I
was fifth round, so we were in the same boat.
Okay.
So.
After I did it, though, I went home and I told my mom, I said, "Mom, they're gonna send me back." She was like, "What did you do?" I said, "I asked the starting quarterback for ice." I was like, "You're not supposed to do that. I don't think you're supposed to do that."
Well, talk about what you got going on in the community right now, and then we're going to ask you a couple of questions about this football team and going into 2017. But you've got a busy month ahead of you, man. You've got a football camp coming up at University Christian.
Yeah.
Right? That's June 10th, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. June 10th, all kids free.
All kids free. Telvin Smith approved.
Yeah. Is Telvin Smith approved? Is Telvin going to be there?
I'm going to ask him to come. I've yet to ask the guys. It's just a little far out, so I want to get a guy's opportunity to get a little closer, because I don't want anybody committing a month away and then we get to the month of and it's
back up.
Another story. So,
see, Malik knows he's NFL guy.
Now, Malik, this is us. Now, we're not like the other shows, We like to have a good time, and we like to talk trash. Do you know what other camp is happening on that day? Did you know that when you planned it?
I mean, no, I didn't, but I think, I do now, but, the more the merrier. I think, I don't know what side of town his is on, if it's like down the street or whatever, but, if his goes to capacity, I'd love to have kids come to mind and his kids come to mind and vice versa. So,
man, that was such a good.
That was really a good answer. What's his name? Bro. That was like solid.
Did Rod give you that script? Did you read that? Did Joe tell you to say that? Like when somebody asked you that?
Nah, he didn't. They don't tell me anything. Hey, I mean, I've been doing this for a while, so you know what I'm saying. So I know.
That was solid.
That was solid.
It's honest.
So
Yeah.
so this
They
is
need to
really
have him speaking at this rookie symposium every year about how to answer questions.
yeah, that's a way not to get in trouble. Don't let us get you in trouble. But serious question though. This is really
University Christian.
This
by
is
the way.
really your baby. So this isn't just like one because and I'm asking this for a reason because there are some guys who just have shell organizations. You actually really want to get involved in the city of Jacksonville or wherever you do your stuff at. So this is really these are the things that are close to your heart.
Yeah, these are the things, because I do have a camp in LA, but, I was thinking about it, talking to Joe and my charity guy, Rod, and I was like, I want to do something in Jacksonville because, a lot of guys come play here, make the money, and leave, but I just kind of want to be able to give back and, to show these kids the right way to play football. I think from somebody that, not say aspire to be able to kind of have, same accolades like as far as Super Bowl and getting the check and things like that and being in the NFL for a while and being successful. So, I thought, why not just throw a camp out here? And there's a lot of people that's going to help me with it. A lot of people have sponsored it, which I truly appreciate. And, like you guys. And, just trying to be, I guess a figure in the community, everlasting, and I think it's once I got paid here, after, you think about getting the money, then I think once you get the money, you start to understand that helping people is a big factor of everything too. So just want to give back and help kids and, people in general.
Well, and then a couple days later, a night of giving for Malik's Gifts at Three Palms Grill in Oak Bridge happens on Thursday, June 15th. We've been telling people about this starting today. Of course, James and I will be out there as well. What can people expect that night?
Just fun, laughter, music. Just going to come together, just try to raise some money for the foundation. Help some underprivileged kids, some military families. And pets. Whichever one you like the most. Just come on out, show support for that cause, and just give back. I like to say it's a blessing to be a blessing. So, I understand that people may not have a lot of things right now, but whatever you can give helps, and I'm sure the family or the pet that receives that help will be very gracious. So it's just about coming out, having fun. So football players, that's the last day of we have to be here. So I hope I can get some guys there, but just the fact of I'll be there and just gonna be having fun and just enjoying the time and a great cause.
So you can go to maliksgifts.org /event to purchase a ticket for that. It's $100 a person, which is, listen, in that world is nothing. I mean, seriously, you go out with your wife and you're going to spend $100.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, go spend $100. It'll go towards a good cause. Come to Malik. Malik's a night of giving for Malik's Gifts. James and I will be there as well as other Jag players. We're looking forward to it, man. We're counting down the days on our end as well.
Me too.
Yeah,
that's the last day. Like I said, that's the last day of OTA, so I am too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you're gonna be, so the guys gonna be able to let their hair down a little bit. Come have a good time, hang out with some of your favorite Jag players before they go take that little break before they go for the real deal. Getting excited for that season.
So can we get into the season now? Let's get into the season real quick, Malik. And we don't mix words here. I mean, this is just who we are. I mean, Jacksonville's frustrated. It's been a minute since this city has seen a winner come and go. And I don't care what anybody says nationally. This city has supported this team to no end. And it's that time. So I think the city is a little more cautious than it's been in the years past. I think everybody's kind of taking an, all right, show me approach. In your mind, what's the biggest difference? What would you tell the fans is the biggest difference between right now and this time last year?
I think the obvious reason, though, we just got a new coach and pretty much a new coaching here with backing of the front office. I think Coach Marone he came in the last 2 games, but I think he didn't really implement his style until we came back here a few weeks ago. And now that he's a coach now, you can definitely tell there's a clear difference in the way he runs this ship. And I think that we're starting to get prepared, to win games in the fourth quarter. There's a lot of games we were out there and we pretty much just lost them. The teams didn't beat us, we just lost them. So now I think we understand that. We've looked at our stats and gone back and looked at the tape. Everybody's a year older, a year wiser. And I think we have more chemistry now. We can build off each other. We have some great offseason additions as far as Bouye and Church in the backfield. And to have T. Hip and Jalen, Miles Jack is stepping up. And I think it's just a great thing going on. So I think we're just I think everybody's a little tired of the situation. I've only been here for a year, and that I'm tired of it. So I can only imagine what the fans and the players that have been here have been going through. So I think we're all on the same page of working, getting better, and we just need to stay focused and just keep grinding. So yeah.
Do me a favor. Explain your role and how in this new defense, or if the defense is a little bit, there is a new look to it. Explain your role and then how some of these key pieces that, in particular, Calais Campbell, how does that come in layman's terms? You don't have to get too technical, but I think one of the frustrations from the last couple seasons is the auto, lotto, bingo, rover, all the different names that we had for stuff, and nobody really knew. And I know our show found ourselves, you don't need to be defended, but defending your role because you're a 3 technique, right? Or what is your role? Explain that. Explain to the people how they got you in here? What is success for Malik Jackson?
Success for me is pretty much, first of all, playing wherever they want me to play. But I see myself, being productive at the 3 tech and or 5 close 5 in. So, now that we got Calais in here, somebody who's in my eyes the first ballot Hall of Famer, potential fucking Pro Bowler. So, for me, it's just we're going to play inside together on third downs. We're going to be interchanging at ends and 3 techniques. So for me, it's just having somebody like him next to me that I can learn and watch is a blessing. I've been with guys like Bob Miller, Marcus Ware, that was similar to Sean Phillips of the world. So being with those guys, it's been cool to watch them. But those are defensive ends, especially lighter defensive ends. So have a guy like Calais come in here and show me certain techniques and be able to sit back and watch him and take notes on how to play things and what he sees and how he sees them is going to help me go well and beyond my game. So what I want to be, which is take the next step to the next level of being a player. So, it is what it is. I know I'm playing 3 technique, and I know I'm probably going to play some in. So, as long as that's the case, I'm fine with that. And that's what it is. So, I'm just, they pay me to play football and not ask questions. So that's what I do.
All right. So I had 2 old heads in here with me last week, and Greg Huntington and Lonnie Martz, to some of the original Jaguar players, and they were breaking it down to us about Tom Coughlin. So, yeah. Tom Coughlin, what you like? What's he like? Tell us what's he like. What's he like with you? What are your impressions? Your initial impressions from your interaction?
For me, to be honest with you, he's quiet. Hasn't really said much to too many other players. So I think if when he says something to you, he has an issue with you or done some crazy stuff. But to me, he hasn't said much to me. We've had talks about, only talk I think we really had is how do you think we're doing and what does he think we need? That was maybe a 2-minute conversation. So, I think he's in my eyes, Coach Marone's the head coach and he's doing running the ship. So, besides the head nod here and there when I see him, and that's pretty much the most interaction we have. So he's quiet in my eyes.
So we asked our text line to send in a couple of questions, and one of the ones that was a lot of them were dominated by questions about Blake Bortles, which you haven't really had a chance to see him in the offseason throw the ball, correct?
Nah.
Yeah, so that's kind of that's nothing that we can really get into. But one question that actually is pretty interesting is what if there's a quarterback in the NFL right now that you'd like to sack the most, who is it?
Shit. I guess since we played the first week in Houston, that guy. I mean, pretty much you try to get after every quarterback, man. There's not really one favorite. It's not really one favorite. It's just whoever my goal is to get 10 sacks a year. So whoever I can get those 10 sacks or half a sack with, that's who it is. You know what I mean? There's no favorite. Anybody I want to put in the ground. I think everybody's pretty cordial and pretty cool. Everybody's a pretty good competitor. So I couldn't give you just one name,
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Pretty much where the 16 games we have, I'd like to get them down at least once.
Have you had that guy, though, yet, Malik, that, like, you sacked him maybe early in your career, you got a sack, and it was kind of like, holy cow, I just sacked whoever. Have you had that moment?
I was able to get in on I don't know if I had a full one or I know if you have some Tom Brady. I know I got him once or twice, or half a time. I know Phillip Rivers is a great competitor, so I like going after him because he likes to talk back to you, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, pretty much all of them. Maybe Cam Newton was fun in the Super Bowl, getting his face because, he likes to talk a lot. And everybody thinks he's all world. So it's cool just to be able to kind of, shut him up in that aspect. So pretty much every quarterback, it'd be the same, just the same as with every quarterback.
Yeah, I'm always interested in that, James. Like when was that aha moment? When was that moment where you're like, holy cow, I made it? Like, you know what I mean? And it's different for everybody in every profession. And I don't know if it's when you sign a contract, when you first run out on the field as part of a 53-man roster. I didn't get a chance to play in the NFL. To me, running out for that first preseason game, I don't think that would be it for me, because it's like, well, I still don't know if I'm going to get paid. You know what I mean? But running out for that first game's got to be pretty cool. But did you have that just moment where it's like, yeah, I made it?
I think it's like you said, it's pretty much in stages. You know what I'm saying? Like my rookie year was making the last day of cut. You know what I'm saying? That day you didn't have to go in there, for that talk of getting cut. After that, it's getting your jersey number. After that, it's running on the field. After that, it's getting in the game. I think there's a lot of small moments that, seeing your first check. It's a lot of small moments that go into that, and then, as you get more and more invested and involved with the team, the stacks start coming, the tax for loss, the acknowledgement comes, and then the bigger checks come and everything like that. So I think it's just, it's just growth, and that's every time something happens, you just try to reach a new pinnacle. Now I've had 6.5 sacks. Oh damn, that's great. Now it's get 10 sacks. Like, oh wow, that'll be a new moment right there. So
yeah.
Just growth.
Well, I'll tell you a moment that's going to be is June 15th. Because we're going to have a good time on June 15th. That's going to happen.
We're going to have a great time
at Three Palms Grill, and everybody just needs to hop in with us. $100 a person. Go to maliksgifts.org. Is that a backslash or a /? I don't know what just one of those slashes event.
I'm sure it's on the page.
It is.
Yeah.
Just go to maliksgifts.org. Yeah. I'm not up to my slashes.
Yeah, and there's I think it's Malik's Gifts on Facebook as well. If you're too lazy to go and look up the website, just
Instagram, Malik's Gifts. We don't have a Snapchat, so Instagram, Malik's Gifts, or you can just follow me on Instagram, Malik Jack. So either way, you'll find the flyer there. And make sure you're there to have a good time and support these kids, these families that give so much for us, and let's just give back a little bit.
Well, we appreciate it, my man, and we will see you here shortly in a couple weeks.
Oh, man, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing the love, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Good stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff. We're a little bit behind on a break. We'll get back into some of the stuff he said on the other side. I've got my 8 o'clock moment that I'll get into here in just a little while as well. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Sports Den.